Sunworld Hon Thom, located just south of Phu Quoc Island via cable car, is a growing tropical island with a water park and a small amusement park. In the future, this park is set to get bigger and better as massive investments in it are currently underway. But for now, what are the top rides that one can experience at this Vietnam park? The park was not very busy on my visit, so a fair amount of slides were closed. Sadly, many of these seem to be the better slides at the park, including Medusa's Trap, Poseidon's Revenge, King and Queen Cobra, and Python Plunge. The family playground and its 3 listed kiddie slides were also closed for what appears to be renovation. The drop tower, Hurricane's Fury, was closed with ongoing construction around its area, as was the Lantern House towards the front of the park. Anaconda was operating, but I did not meet the 4-person minimum to ride, so I was unable to experience. Also, I won't be ranking the cable car experience, since it is just not fair to put that at the number 1 spot. Number 15. Longfin Koi Pond. What is better than being able to look at water and a bunch of fish? My young friend who helped me get most of the kiddie ride credits at Six Flags Fiesta Texas loved to look at water and fish, so I couldn't not rank this Tiki Village attraction. The only other attraction I left off was Monkey Beach, which is a great family water playground with decent sized slides. I just didn't spend much time there. Number 14. Lost Lagoon. For all the theming and investment that is going into and around Sunworld, the lazy river got very little of this. There does seem to be an extra area where tubes can turn off that was closed, and there are at least tubes, unlike many lazy rivers in Thailand. This is a decent lazy river, but only has water slides to look at. Number 13. Paradise Bay. This wave pool isn't too large, and the ground still scratched my feet most of the way out. It's a great place to get a hammock and rest beside the water, and it's not a super stellar attraction other than being a wave pool. With no lines for any of the water slides, relaxing in an easy access water area just wasn't a high priority on my visit. Bobbing up and down in the waves was fun enough though. Number 12. Tropical Twister. Another basic tube ride, but this one is enclosed, which made it hotter. Plus, there's lights and stuff that I just didn't feel were necessary to add to the experience. For whatever reason, it just didn't do it for me. Number 11. Pearl Canyon. This ride was enjoyable simply because of how tame it is. It was a true pleasure to be able to just glide down a nice tube slide without having to worry about anything too wild or too crazy. Number 10. Bai Tay Beach. I didn't spend much time at the beach itself, but it's nice there's an actual tropical island beach attached to this park. Currently, there's a lot of construction here, so it's not really the remote island beach you might be looking for. I did enjoy watching the construction vehicles though. Number 9. Eagle's Eye. You can truly get some great views of the park and area. However, with roaring timbers running every 10 to 15 minutes, it is almost impossible to time getting a good aerial shot of the coaster. We tried 5 times for over an hour. That's the main thing holding back this observation ride. Number 8. Octopus. Normally, with the speed at the top and the airtime on the triple down, these are some of my favorite water slides, but I just didn't get that much on this one, and the long walk back up to the top made me not want to keep trying. Number 7. Caves of Waves. With the various pod type enclosures, this slide looked interesting and fun, and I even got turned backwards for the second half of the slide. However, it was only a cool concept that is enjoyable, but not super thrilling. Number 6. Flow Rider. Included in admission, this was the one attraction with a line, but was fun to try. Though there's enough of a learning curve, I need about an hour of playing around with it to really know what I'm doing on it. Number 5. Golden Waves. My one ride before it closed for the day offered a really enjoyable trip around the bowl section, which helps elevate it in my rankings. Number 4. Taipan. This is a 4-person family slide, but I was able to team up with a group to ride it. The build-up with the various twists and turns was actually fun. The drop out of the tube and the spike were only okay though, at least on the one ride that I got. I was honestly expecting a bit more from this type of ride, but it offers a solid adrenaline rush, especially if the spike hits for you. Number 3. Sea Dragon. With a normal style tube, you can really feel the 4 drops on this water coaster, as you get decent airtime pops on them. Going up, normally one of my favorite parts of water coasters, is pretty lame on this water coaster though, and the weird turn at the end made me almost get stuck a couple of times. Number 2. Snake Fight. Weirdly, Sunworld classifies these drop slides as only one attraction, but that makes sense to me, so I'll keep them combined. The straight drop slide offers a bit of fear being stuck in that tube waiting to fall, but the drop wasn't that much more than the other slide. The other version, with the spiral afterwards, offered a great sense of speed after the drop and was more enjoyable of the two. But there is something freaky about having the floor drop out from under you. Number 1. Roaring Timbers. This is a solid Great Coasters International Woody, with enjoyable airtime pops throughout the ride, especially with its 3 consecutive bunny hills. The ride might be a bit short, but the pacing more than makes up for this. Many valleys were rough, and it seemed to be getting rougher as the day went on. The train was also oddly paced over hills, allowing for some good airtime in the middle rows, but sometimes mixing up the airtime in the others. The front helps with the floater airtime, and the back gives a bit more ejector while maximizing the few largest drops. I enjoyed the right side of the train more, though the left side does help accent the profiling on the first drop. Check out my review if you'd like to know more about the only regular wooden roller coaster in all of Southeast Asia. Which water slides and attractions look the best to you at Sunworld? And what types of rides do you hope they add in the future? Let me know, and as always, Khop Khun Krap.